Hello, Crafty Journaler. Welcome to the Crafty Journaler. My name is Sarah, and this is the Crafty Journaler. And this is my channel where I do a lot of fun crafts for junk journals. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell, and let a friend know that we're here. That way we could grow this channel together. Today's video, I am going to be doing a flip through. I am super excited to share these journals with you. I'll probably be doing one of the journals today and then the other one tomorrow. And these are my 90s theme journals that I made. These would be really cool as a gift or just a little gift to yourself or so on and so forth. It has a lot of youthful wonder in here, I feel. It really did make me connect a lot with my inner child, and I honestly can't tell you how much I enjoyed making these journals. These very unique and wonderfully made journals are actually 4 signatures each, and it is a 2-spine journal, or what I call a 2-spine journal, because we have 2 signatures on one side and then we'll have 2 signatures on the opposite side. Each signature has 7 pages, and once you fold those up and back and forth, it adds up to about 56 pages. Plus, we also have a lot of add-in like tip-ins, flip-outs, and journal cards, tags, and stuff. So there's a lot of room for journaling. There's a lot of room to explore any type of other type of art that you like to do, whether it's like storyboarding, maybe you enjoy doing mixed media. There's definitely mixed media paper in here, such as watercolor, sketching paper, cardstock. There's also fun stickers and cutouts and just a whole bunch of ephemera. And all the ephemera is very much themed and reminisced to be something about the 90s, or representative of the 90s. And honestly, I could go on and on about these journals because I honestly loved how they came out. I really can't tell you how much I enjoyed making these journals. I am actually almost tempted into keeping one of these journals for myself and just selling off the other one, which is probably what I'm going to be ending up doing because I really love this journal. They both have a lot of beautiful little like moments where I'm like, oh man, that was something I totally would have wanted as a child in the 90s. And so yeah, this is what I came up with. And let's go ahead and get started, because like I said, I could go on and on. Each of these journals do have a name. This here is Victoria. Victoria is more subtle on her love of grunge, but she definitely enjoys a lot of color. But she still has that sweet grunge is what I've been calling it, or sweet color pop grunge kind of feel to it. And yeah, she's just a little more timid about it. And this here is Lola, and that's who we're gonna be flipping through today. Lola is a little more open about her love of grunge, so there's a little bit more grunge in her, and she just enjoys a good time and good color, and she grew up in the 90s, so she knows that girl power is the best. And here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. So these journals are going to be opened one to the right, one to the left, one to the right, one to the left. We're going to be flipping through, or coming up to this center part where there is a folio that goes up and opens to the sides, and it's full of a lot of fun ephemera in here. I'm only going to pull out some of the pieces because if I pull out every single thing in here, we're never gonna finish. But I just want to kind of like the very, very special pieces that I really think definitely bring up like 90s girl in me, which is definitely one of these. That 90s girl feeling. Sorry, I didn't finish my thought there. And there's a little bit of color here. We have some doilies there, tickets, stickers, uh, cardstock ephemera, label ephemera, which I definitely feel like this is something that I would have totally found and seen in the 90s. And then we also have another flip out, and this one will flip down. And there is some decoupaged tags here. This one is decoupaged napkin, and this is fabric, and it's decoupaged to a piece of handmade recycled paper that I made. We also have some handmade paper in here. And here we have some stickers and just a lot of ephemera to be used in your journal. There's notepads that you can use to mark special parts in your journal that you want to make sure you always are able to find easily, or to embellish it further, whichever way you want. And we also have some scrapbooking paper that you could use in your journal. And then there's this lovely vintage library card. Once we're done with the folio, we could go to the first signature, which is right here. Now in your first signature, you're going to find a lot of lovely handmade ephemera. This here is made with some food coloring, and some shaving cream. I am gonna try my best to make a video on how to do this technique for yourself. I honestly enjoyed it. It does have a little bit of a learning curve, but I honestly even love the ones that were learning curve paper, or what I call it, pancake paper. There, in all my journals, there is writing boards, because I feel like it is very important to add them so that we can freely write and explore our journals. There's a lot of handmade drawings and doodles that I use to represent the 90s. Lip smackers were the thing. They were just like super duper cool to have. And we have a lot of interactive things here. Let me ask you a question. What was 90s to you? What type of things represent the 90s? Maybe is it a song? Is it a movie? Is it an object? Color? What represents 90s to you? For me, a lot of the 90s represent floppy disk, those really old and huge monstrous computers. The color definitely is something that I definitely remember 90s had a lot of, especially in the beginning of the 90s. It was all about that neon color pop type of color. Phrases like this lovely little thing here. I actually made this as a faux vintage paper that just has 90s slang words and phrases. I totally used all of those. So we also have some fun little ephemera with colors that I feel we would have definitely found at least one of these colors in each of our friend's house, mom's house, our grandma's house, our neighbor's house. These were definitely the colors. And we have a lot of ephemera, like I said, just waiting to be discovered. Right here I have you'rethepomp.com. everything was .com back in the day. I don't know what to tell you. There was this like thing called the .com bubble burst or whatever, and so everybody was like saying everything .com for some reason. And I remember using you're the bomb.com all the time. And we have some more lovely little areas where we could journal. And then we also have some double-sided tape. Now with the double-sided tape, all you have to do is peel, and then you could place a picture or something that you want to keepsake, and it'll be very easy to use. I am not sure what's going on here, but give me a moment. Salte ahí. There we go. We have a little teeny tiny greeting card that I made. And in the greeting card, we have some fun little label paper, little label paper stuff that we could use in our embellishments. This here is a decoupaged receipt. And honestly, I don't know why it did this. I don't know if it's because I wrapped it all around or what, but it kind of feels like leathery fabric, like full leather fabric. It sounds awesome too. That's a little ASMR for you. And now we have some paper, school paper. We have a lovely cluster with 1996. We here have some butterflies, and we have a lot of fun ephemera. This here is actually one of my favorite. This is actually recycled paper made, I don't want to pronounce that because I feel like I'll botch it, but I know it's in Japan. And this paper is made over there. And honestly, it feels so amazing. The back has this like lovely texture. I feel like I saw some wallpaper like this when I was a kid, which is why when I saw it, I was like, I need to buy this because this is going to look lovely in my 90s journals. So I went ahead and got that. And then we have, like I said, just lovely ephemera that also represents 90s to me. Plus this lovely cluster. And a little bit of some doodling here, camcorders, and this little journaling card, an altered paper clip, and this here is a hinged piece of paper which is shaped like a tag. What I really like about this one is that it actually flips down and there's all this room to journal in. And it's decorated with a Gigapet in back and a Game Boy in the front. Very 90s, if you ask me. And then there's this little like notebook that has a little bit of scrap paper, so that you could just jot down ideas, thoughts throughout the day on the go. And these little pieces of strings in the back of some of the ephemera are actually cut-offs from the string that I used in the journal to sew in these signatures, and it created a fun little like textured in the back of stuff, so I made sure to add it. I also drew this little happy face here. This is actual vintage paper. I'm not really sure if it's from the 90s. I just felt like it was definitely a 90s kind of paper. And with all my negatives, I do try to get creative with them. I try not to throw them away if I don't have to, because I feel like you could still like find a way and to use them. For example, here I used them as a frame for some speakers, and then here it's in some cluster, and I'm not sure if I already passed. I think later on you'll see another one. This here is a little envelope and it has little twigs. And this here is supposed to kind of represent volume. Not sure if that was going to translate. That's why I had to vocalize it. Here is some more double-sided tape and some ephemera. These were just grunged up a little bit with stamping and stenciling, and of course some inking on the edges there. And this is part of my shaving cream paper that I made. And this is another cluster with a little envelope, and in the envelope we find a cute little piece of ephemera. More grunged up paper here with a little more grungy look in the back too. This lip smacker is so cool to me. I love how the black and the yellow look together. And then we have here a journaling card. As you can see, there's a lot of room for journaling and exploring and having a lot of fun in this journal. I definitely enjoyed doing this flip through and this journal with you guys. Here we go. Everything about this journal definitely makes me reminisce of the 90s, whether it's the ephemera or the color. This here is handmade paper and it has baby breath in it, as well as like scraps of paper to represent the recycling. And this is a handmade altered paperclip that I made that's shaped into a butterfly. I think I need to take it off to put it back in here. So let me show you really quick. It's just a little baby butterfly there. And we start seeing a little bit more grungy stuff. Just because I definitely wanted to start adding a lot of that grunginess into the journal. I even added a little paper chip color of grunge. And I did this with some gesso as well, so there's a little bit of a texture in here. And then we have this little lovely bookmarker. And then in the inside we have some textured paper and a journaling card. And then there's some room to journal here as well. And this is just like a grunged up mini file folder. And there is some ephemera in here with a drawn out little gigapet. And here we have a secret little area where we can journal. I honestly, this was kind of a happy accident that happened. And I was like, yes, we need to keep it, and we need to accentuate the oopsie daisies here. So I actually ended up adding something like this in the other journal too, because I really enjoyed how this one looked. And then there's this little Tamagotchi drawing that I made. A lot of grunge and color pop. Your lip smacker. 90's TV. Little Game Boy here drawing with some stickers. And then some lovely ephemera here for our journal. Oh, here we go. This is another way I use negatives here. The hand-drawn little cassette player, another little gigapet drawing. And here's where I explored a lot of the mixed media for this journal. I gessoed, I sprayed, I acrylic painted on it. I used Posca pens and so on and so forth. I really enjoyed making this. It's not necessarily the first time that I worked with mixed media in my journals, but it was definitely fun to see how colors mixed it, stuff like that. I really enjoyed it, and I definitely feel like it gave a lot of 90's grunge. And then I added some more little spray out back here so that you could journal. This paper here kind of slides out and in. And this here is a magnet. On there's some watercolor paper here. This is a floating pocket with a window. And in the window, you'll see some real eucalyptus and some rose petals. There's a journaling card here. And on the opposite side, or on the next page, we have a journaling card as well. And there's this little cluster with some bling here. A little bit of collaging with some bling and a firefly. And we are coming to the end where we have this last lovely piece of drawing art here, doodling art, and a journaling spot. Honestly, I really enjoyed making these journals. It was just super fun to make. I hope you got some cool ideas here. I want to say thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed making these journals. If you found any value in this video, please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, because that really does help my channel grow. Right now, the last time I checked, I believe I was at 114 subscribers, and honestly, I am super duper grateful for each and every one of you. Don't forget to comment what represents the 90s to you, whether it's color, a movie, a song, an object, a memory that you have, or so on and so forth. Don't forget to comment. Check out another video before you go. The more videos you watch, the more YouTube is gonna put my content out there for other people to watch. Okay, that's a wrap. Bye.
Well, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed it. We had a ball making it.